Welcome back, people, to another FM20 experiment. You're back here again with Chief for None. You know the vibes. We've got another septuplet experience for you, and this time we're doing left wingers. So for those of you who are new to the channel who haven't watched one of our experiments before, we've basically taken all the injuries out of the game and created 7 brothers who are identical except for the fact they all start with a different club in the Football League pyramid. So one in the Premier League, Championship, etc, all the way down to Vanarama North and South. We're going to fast forward a few years and then see what happens, who has the best career, who goes on to play for England, and who just generally does well. And it's just an experiment to see, does the club you start at make a difference with how good your career turns out to be? So we're going to jump straight into it and check out the boys now. So starting us off, we've got Premier League septuplet. As you can see, I've made them midfield left and attacking midfield left, so I didn't want to restrict them to say if their club doesn't play with an outside winger, if their club doesn't play with a midfielder, that won't hold them back. Same thing for his brother starting at Barnsley, and again for League 1 septuplet starting at AFC Wimbledon. For ease of use, we've just put them at the first club in the league. League 2 at Bradford, Vanarama National at Flyde, Vanarama North at AFC Telford, and finally Vanarama South at Bar. So we're going to fast forward now and see how they're doing in 15 years time. So we're back. The date is 1st of July 2034. We're now 15 years into the simulation and all the boys should be 30 years old now and done the most of their careers. Let's have a look and see how they've done. So starting off with Premier League septuplet, as you can see, he actually plays for the Ops. So he started his career at Arsenal, but somehow is now playing for Tottenham. So he is moving like a Benedict Arnold. He's not really had the greatest of careers. I mean, straight away you can see his determination hasn't moved at all. So his personality hasn't moved. He's experienced, so he's got some good Premier League experience, but it all seems to be for naught. But monetarily, he's done himself well, but no caps for England. Let's have a look at his stats. So looking here, he played for Arsenal for 5 years, only made 1 appearance in the 4th year, but then he had to move on a free to the MLS. So pretty much at 20, he moved to the States, and that's where he got his break. He started performing well in the States, and then West Ham decided, you know what, at 24, this kid's got a bit of juice to him. Let's bring him back to London. Joined West Ham, played 7 times, but they got relegated. Then he became a starter for them. 2 good seasons for West Ham before Wolves decided, you know what, we'll take him for 48 million. Another 2 good seasons at Wolves before Tottenham said, you know what, we're going to take him for 62 million. And now he's entering his 3rd year at Tottenham. But to be fair, Arsenal did let him go for free and he had to go to America. So there is a big gap between Arsenal and Tottenham. But I guess, if anything, he could be like a Harry Kane, who obviously started off as an Arsenal fan, but now is a Tottenham legend. So yeah, we'll let him off for that one. So in terms of landmarks, as you can see, he's won a couple of things for the Arsenal unders and the England unders as well. With Tottenham now, he's actually done quite well. So he's done quite well for himself. Tottenham have been excellent. So he's won the Champions League, FIFA Club World Cup and the Europa League. So Tottenham have won back-to-back European trophies and he's helped with that. So he's completed the European and world set in his 2 years at Tottenham. So that's his biography. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. So moving on to his brother, and quite clearly, he is one of the better performers. So he's also been playing a bit at centre back, so that's quite interesting because we did turn the versatility down, but they still somehow managed to convert him into a centre back. But he's played 120 times for England, professional personality and legendary winger. Let's have a look at his stats. So he only spent the 1 season at Barnsley before being snapped up by Liverpool. And after being bought by Liverpool, in his 3rd season, he made his debut. And from there, steadily just increased until season 5, where his brother was being released. He was playing 20 times in the Premier League and 31 times in the Premier League before Arsenal were able to stump up 98 million to buy him. He played 5 seasons for Arsenal before, or 4.5 basically, before Man City decided to pay 67 million. So I'm not sure why you'd sell someone you paid 98 million for 67 million, especially when he's still playing for you. But Arsenal do interesting business. And since he joined City, he's just been a mainstay in the team, performing excellently. So that's quite interesting. He swapped with his brother. He took over at Arsenal before they're moving on to City. So he's played for 3 of the biggest clubs in England. So he's just a renegade. He does not care. He shows no loyalty anywhere. In terms of landmarks, it served him well. So he's won loads of the Liverpool unders, won 2 Champions Leagues in the Premier League with Liverpool, Super Cup, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. So he's completed the set with England. Then with England themselves, he's also won the World Cup. So England got over the line there. So see how many of them were in that England squad. And he's won the Europa Conference League as well. And that's his biography. So hit pause if you want to read that in full. On to his brother, League One Septuplet. And he is at Chelsea. So it always seems to be that Chelsea, Liverpool and City always get one of them and they perform really well. So this is the Chelsea one, it seems. He's professional, a legendary centre-back. So again, they've managed to convert him to a centre-back. But he's also played 89 times for England and 3 goals. So you'd expect him to have a World Cup as well in there. So career stats wise, he got signed for 8.5 million after not playing any games in League One. But Chelsea just said, you know what, we're not going to waste time. Have that, hold that, and we'll develop him at Cobham. And they've done quite well. So he played or made his debut in the 4th season. And since then, he's steadily increased to now just being a starter from about the 7th season in, and from there he's just always been at Chelsea, so a lifelong Chelsea guy. So he's shown a bit of loyalty there, but they're playing him at centre back. But I mean, he probably played some games at attacking midfielder left, because you don't get 10 assists from centre back unless you're taking corners. But why would you want a centre back taking corners? So in terms of landmarks, again, he's got some stuff at under level with Chelsea. But then he's also won a Premier League with Chelsea. They've won a Premier League twice, Champions League, Super Cup, Premier League again. So Chelsea have been performing really well in the Premier League in this experiment in comparison to others. FA Cup, Community Shield as well. Super Cup, Community Shield, the World Cup of England. So we got one of those. Carabao Cup, another Premier League, another Champions League. So Chelsea have been probably really dominant, and League One Septuplet has been enjoying because of it. And that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So onto his brother, League Two Septuplet, and he is actually playing for Barcelona. So this is the first time we've seen someone go to Barcelona. Like, I don't think we've ever had any of our experiments end up playing for Barca, but he's an elite attacking midfielder. Played 67 times for England, so he might also have a World Cup under his belt. But let's see the career and how he got here. So starting for Bradford, he actually played 3 times. Before Aston Villa paid 5 million for him. They didn't play him in the Premier League and they unfortunately got relegated. But it took until his 4th season for him to become a starter. But he helped them get back into the Premier League, got relegated again, played another season before Liverpool, after losing their other septuplet, spent 68 million on him to bring him in. He played 2 seasons before Juve said, you know what, we're spending 109 million. Fair play. 3 seasons at Juve, Bayern said, you know what, we want our time with him. And they spent 100 million on him. 2 seasons before Barca said, you know what, we want him as well, 54 million. So he has played for the best clubs in the world. Juve, Bayern, Barca, Liverpool. So in terms of milestones, he's got something with the under 19s. One with the under 23s for Aston Villa as well. And the UEFA Super Cup with Liverpool and the World Cup. So again, because only England is loading this game, he's going to miss out on trophies with Juventus, Bayern and Barca. So that's not going to hold him back in terms of how we rate him or assess him at the end, because we're going to assume winners' medals here. But it's just a shame we don't actually get to see them. And that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So on to his brother, Vanarama National, and as you can see, he's also been playing for England. So they've just been very versatile, and somehow England have made it work. England have said, you know what, you guys are too good, we're just going to shoehorn you in wherever we can and get you in the team. So he's probably got a World Cup to his name. So that's 4 of them, potentially with a World Cup winners medal. He's a legendary winger, professional personality. So career stats wise, he joined Leeds after a season where he started in the National League and played very, very well for a 15-year-old kid. Then Leeds got relegated and he became a starter in the Championship. He got them promoted in his second to last season with them. Then after that, Arsenal again. So potentially 3 of them played together at Arsenal. Spent 52 million on him. Did 2 seasons, 2.5, before again City purchased him and he went to join his brother. 85 million, and he's just been scoring absolute goals. He's been a goal scoring attacking midfielder, definitely. So in terms of landmarks, he won the Builders Base Trophy with Flight. So he actually shot Flight to a trophy. So that's going to serve him well in terms of when we're ranking him. Some stuff with the unders. With City, he's won Super Cup, Europa League, Nations League of England. So only he's been in the England setup for the Nations League, interestingly enough. And he also got the World Cup, but nothing else in terms of England. So City have been flopping in terms of England trophies. Chelsea have just been dominating. And that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. So Vanarama North, as you can see again, he's been playing centre-back. He's got 22 caps for England, so he might have a World Cup medal to his name. Elite winger, and he's at PSG. So he started his career at Telford and played 27 times before joining Southampton for 30k. That is peanuts, to be honest. And he spent a majority of his career at Southampton. Started playing in the 4th season in Championship, then got a few more games in the Premier League next season, eventually working his way up to a starter, being bought in January by Liverpool for 106 million. 3 seasons at Liverpool before PSG snapped him up for 80 million, and he's been doing decently at PSG. Probably been winning titles, but again, we won't be able to see that. So in terms of milestones, he's actually won something with the unders as well. Won the Championship, Premier League of Liverpool, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, 2 Premier Leagues, and the Nations League. So he only got into the team recently, so he wasn't part of the World Cup Dream Team squad. And in terms of biography, that's his. Hit pause if you want to read that in full. And on to the final brother, who is professional, elite winger, 30 years old. Again, he's played a bit all over the park, and he's at Man United. So United came to play, and they got a brother as well. So he played the full season in Bath, starting 33 games. Before being signed for 26k, again, just not a lot of money. But he was at Fulham, made his debut in the Premier League in the 4th season, played 18 times. But it seems as though Fulham didn't want to keep him on. And he again had to go to United States. So again, we've seen 2 of them have to try their talents across the pond. Did decently, not amazingly. But Crystal Palace said, you know what, yeah, come back, you're ready. Played 3 seasons in South London with Palace before Man United, following the Zaha route, snapped him up, 53 million, and he's been at United ever since. So in terms of landmarks, some stuff with the unders for Fulham, and he won the Canadian Championship with Vancouver. So nice. Then he won the FA Cup when he got to United, Community Shield, Club, the World Cup. So he was part of the World Cup squad as well. So I think only 2 of them weren't part of the World Cup squad. So they got 5 brothers in the World Cup winning team. Carabao Cup, again, Carabao Cup specialist, and Nations League. So he's one of the few brothers who got both trophies for England. And that's his biography, so hit pause if you want to read that in full. But that is it for now. So we are going to fast forward to the back end of their careers. None of them should be staying in football, so they should all be retired. We're going to fast forward 10 years, go to 25 and see where they are at. Alright, boom. The date is 1st of July 2044. We are back. We are at 25 years and it's now the end of the experiment, and we're going to see who has had the best career. As always, we're going to go in reverse from Vanarama South to Premier League this time. So let's start with the Vanarama South brother. So Vanarama South ended up staying at Man United to the end of his career. Played 644 games in total, scoring 109 goals. Retired at 38, 100 times to England, which is great. And ended up with 12 trophies. So a lot of them, all his best trophies were for England. But he actually got a Champions League over the line with United as well. So he did have to go to USA to kickstart his career, really. But he did win something in Canada or whatever that is, the Amway Canadian Championship. I am giving this a 7 out of 10, to be honest. Solid 7 out of 10. He's won the 2 biggest things you can win in football. No, he actually got a European Championship as well. A Euro. And he got the Nations League, I'm pretty sure. So he won everything with England. This is tough. Just because he won everything with England, we have to bump that up to an 8. Like, he's won every big tournament with England. He's won the Champions League with Man United, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. The only thing he didn't get was a Premier League medal. But to be honest, yeah, 8. Have to give it an 8. solid start. So his brother Vanarama North retired at 36. So after his longest stint at PSG, he then moved to Italy for a season, it seems, before then ending his career in Turkey. He got a European Football Championship with England, so he was able to get, and he got Nations League as well, so he wasn't part of the World Cup squad, but tail end of his career, he was able to get involved with England, get 2 medals over the line. FA Cup, but nothing major other than the FA Cup. Sky Bet Championship, but that's not that great. 465 games, 42 goals, less than 50 appearances for England. Because of, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to give it a 7 because he's won the Euros. But realistically, it's just a middle of the road career. Like, it's just an average career in comparison to his brothers. But still, 7, solid. On to our man Vanarama National, and his biography is off the charts. Can't even fit on one page. So he played 791 games, scoring 208 goals. He is a Man City legend by my accounts. Obviously not the games counts, because you know that is broken. 163 times for England. Did he manage to get all for England? He got the World Cup, the Euros, he was part of that. So England actually, no, okay, yeah. And he got the Nations League as well, yeah, so he won all 3. So straight away, because he's got more goals than his brother, and he's got some actual individual awards to his name. Premier League Golden Boot, 3rd place. Europa League Player of the Season on 2 occasions. 2 occasions Player of the Season, Euro Cup 2 as well. Golden Ball runner-up in the under-20s. Yeah, I'm going to have to give him a 9 for this career. But what did he win with Man City actually? Did he get a Champions League with City? Got a Europa League with City, Super Cup, FA Cup, Community Shield. Nope, you know what? I'm going to have to give him an 8. Yeah, I'm going to have to solidify on an 8. The thing which is keeping him on an 8 is he won the Builder-Base FA Trophy with Flyde at 15 years old and helped them to do that because he played 25 times for them. But yeah, I'm going to have to give him an 8. So he didn't get the major one over the line in terms of Champions League like his brother did. But he did get quite a lot over the line with City and won something at 15 years old. And individually, he had a better career. And goals-wise, over 200 goals from out wide. Yeah, 8. So League 2 septuplet. After his stint at Barcelona, went to Rennes in France. And then ended his career at Borussia Mönchengladbach. He won the World Cup with England. Champions League with Barcelona. Nice. And a Super Cup. But to be honest, yes, he's played... And we do have to take into account he's probably won loads of titles here as well, which will bump up his rating. Played 80 times for England, but he only got the World Cup, so he didn't get the other 2 trophies that were on offer with the England team. So I'm going to have to stick him with a 7. Just in comparison, it's a 7 for me. But to be honest, out of all the careers, I probably personally might want this one. Just because you've played in Liverpool, played for Juve, played for Bayern, played for Barca, played a bit in France for Rennes, so not the best team, but then went back to Germany to Borussia Mönchengladbach. So this is probably the most travelled career, and I'd want it as well. League 1 septuplet. He ended his career at Chelsea, so he's a one club man. He won Champions League Defender Season 3 times. And played 604 games for Chelsea, 40 goals. Guess he was playing more in defence than out wide. But Chelsea have been absolutely dominant. Did he get the European Football Championship as well? Yep, so he got the World Cup, European Football Championship. Won everything that was on offer. Domestically and in Europe pretty much. He has had a 9 out of 10 career. 150 games for England. Part of every winning team England put out there. Chelsea won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Premier Leagues. He 9 out of 10, 100%, 9 out of 10 League 1. Championship septuplet. So 38, retired, 195 games for England. So probably the record out of all of them. And he's won 10 winners' medals. So he won the World Cup, got the Euros as well with England. Didn't get the Nations League. But he's won the Champions League twice, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa Conference League, and a Premier League as well. So he's been around the block. And he got to play for Barcelona as well. So again, you have to add in a couple of leagues there potentially, or at least a league within the 5 years he was there. You'd expect them to get at least one. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 in total because he like England's record appearance holder, won everything except for the Nations League, but then got 2 Champions Leagues for his troubles. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for me. And finally, Premier League septuplet, who's had quite a good career in terms of length. After Tottenham, he then moved to Leicester, then played for Hanover, then ended his career at Darmstadt. So in terms of trophies, he didn't actually play for England, so he couldn't get any international trophies, which is probably the only thing that held him back. But because he won the Champions League with Tottenham, that's keeping him at 7, because this could have been the first 6 career we've seen. But that Champions League with Tottenham pushed him over the line to a 7 and say, you know what, he's won a massive trophy, but nothing for England. So it's a low end 7. But that is it for the experiment on the boys. As you can see again, it seems to be that starting lower in the pyramid is just better for you. We saw that with, I think it was Vanarama North, starting at Flied. He had one of the best careers, and also League One septuplet, who then moved to Chelsea and then joined their ranks, had a sick career as well. So we got 9 and 8. But now the fun part, we get to just see the randomness, and I've already seen something I want to dive into. Scott Parker, manager of Italy. So after Fulham, he went to Norwich, then went to Leicester, then went to Wolves. So he climbed up the ranks in the league pyramid, you could say. And then now he's Italy manager. Great tactical knowledge and likes to play out of defence. That is a good career, to be honest. And Mr. Vavavoom has been around the block. So Montreal manager, and then he became Arsenal manager, then Atletico, then went back to Arsenal, Benfica, PSG, Man City, Barcelona, and now France. Vavavoom. So looking at the Ballon d'Or, first season Kevin De Bruyne actually won. So that's the first time we've seen De Bruyne get over the line. Ronaldo and Messi had their customary 1 and 2. Mbappe, Harry Kane, seen that before, but nice early win. Haaland, 24 years old. Bernardo Silva, again, we've seen that before. Then Mbappe won a hat-trick. Then the regions came through from 2029. Pavlyuchenko, Bakayoko. Oh, Bakayoko actually won it, what's that, 8 years in a row? So he was the reason Chelsea were doing so well. Like, I mean, from 22 to 30, he was winning the Ballon d'Or and scoring an incredible amount of goals. And he got 10 in total. So come through to win maximal. Like, that is crazy. So in terms of Champions League, as you can see, first season, Juve won it. Then City, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Liverpool. So it's been dominated by England before Bayern came through and won twice, beaten Barca twice in a row. Before Chelsea and Tottenham came through again. Before Barca finally got over the line over Liverpool, they'd have loved that in 2031, but that's a long time between trophies for them. Tottenham, Chelsea against dominant, just Bakayoko. Barca got one over Madrid, close rivals, so they've been going on a revenge tour. United got their first one in eons. For Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund got over the line over Tottenham, Bayern and Liverpool. But generally speaking, Chelsea over the past 25 years have been the best club in Europe. In the Premier League, Liverpool won the first title before United came through. It was pretty much a Liverpool United show for the first 5 years before Chelsea said, you know what, it's our time again. They came through. City got their 1 in 2026 before Chelsea came through again. And then Liverpool had a 4-year stint at the top before Chelsea had a treble. Tottenham finally got over the line with 1 Premier League for another treble from Liverpool, and then Chelsea back again with Watford in second place. What the hell? But that is it for this experiment. Again, it's been another fun experiment. Interesting to see how it all works out. Make sure you hit like and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to know about a new video when it drops. If you have any suggestions for any experiments you want to see, put them down in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, any platform you want, and we'll get those going. Again, we're still going to run a few FM20 experiments, But as soon as FM21 hits, then we're going to restart our experiment series. And we've also got some new FM content for you on FM21, which we're looking forward to. But for now, I've been the Chief. This is Chief of None. Thank you for enjoying this video. Thank you for rocking with us. And we'll see you again soon. Peace.